As you begin to make yourself comfortable, whether it be sitting or laying down, and you start to close your eyes and just kind of relax into this process, I'd first like to thank you for agreeing to be a part of this. This meditation is going to be focused on beginning to pave the way for an anxiety-free life. It's something that I've personally put together based off of my own experience with anxiety and using a number of techniques that I've found to be particularly effective, not only in calming the anxiety, whether it's active now or not, but also in conquering some of the challenges that many of us tend to face commonly when it comes to meditation. That includes a wandering mind. So you'll notice that the meditation may at times be a little bit more visually descriptive than you're used to. This is all part of a technique to keep the wandering mind preoccupied with something directly related to what we're working on, rather than letting it scatter and go all over the place. So with your eyes closed, I'm going to get you to start by focusing on your breath. Start with a simple inhalation and a relaxing and not forced exhalation. As you continue to breathe, be mindful of whether your inhalation is inflating only your chest, or if it's actually getting all the way to the base of your stomach, inflating everything evenly, and getting all the way down to the deepest forms of it. If it's not, that's okay. Do whatever you can to get it down there, but eventually we're going to shift to a natural breath anyway. As you continue to breathe, I'd like to now get you to focus your attention on the tips of all of your fingers. As you may realize, the moment that I brought your fingertips to your attention, you may have started to feel something there. It could be a slight tingling, it could be a coldness, it could be a warmth. The reason why I asked you to bring your attention to your fingertips is to remind you of the power in your awareness. Prior to saying anything, the chances of you actually feeling anything in your fingertips at that particular moment or bringing any attention to what you were feeling there is slim to none. But once I brought it to your conscious attention, you were able to begin feeling something there. So this is to remind you of your energetic abilities, to kind of unlock or remind you of the power that can be harnessed through meditation, and to strengthen your confidence in the meditative process itself. Now I'm going to get you to shift your attention from the tips of your fingers. Shift all that attention to the center of your forehead, where many traditionally believe the third eye resides. As you continue to focus on that area, in a few seconds I'm going to begin to count down from 10 to 1. As I say each number, I'd like you to visualize that number flashing 3 times right in the center of your forehead, the area that I've already gotten you to focus on. Each number is going to signify a deeper level of connectivity to this meditative process, a deeper level of connectivity to your soul, and a deeper level of connectivity to the inner peace that you know you have within you. 10, 9, you see the number flash 3 times in the center of your forehead. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now at level 1, you're a greater state of meditation, greater state of peace, greater state of connectivity to our intention here within this meditation. Still keeping our attention in that same general area, we're now going to expand out from just the area where our third eye is housed. We're going to expand and encompass our entire head, or the area where our brain resides. We target our brain because so much of the experience when it comes to anxiety is triggered by thoughts. It's triggered by our reactions to thoughts. And our thoughts, as we all know, stem from our brain. Our brains are powerful vessels that we wouldn't want to experience life without, so we're definitely grateful to have them. And as we focus on our brain, I want you to think of your brain, and this is definitely a metaphor you've likely heard before, but think of your brain as this superhighway, this very intricate highway that has so many different lanes to it, and they intersect one another, different levels to it. There's bridges and lower levels to the highway and higher levels and mid levels to the highway. And it's a busy highway. There's so many cars driving on it. There's no traffic, but there are many cars traveling along it, seamlessly, getting from one location to the next, doing what they need to do. Each of these cars signifies a thought or a connection that's been formed over the course of our lives to this point. And on a traditional day, driving along this road is not difficult. You can see yourself in one of these automobiles driving along this highway, just as you are right now, thinking about this meditative process and processing exactly what's going on. Think about how easy and how joyful it can be to drive when there is no traffic and when it's a beautiful day and you know that you need to get from point A to point B and you're happy to go and are excited to get where you need to be. This is the process of our thoughts when everything feels fine and when we feel like we are in control and at peace with our situation. This is something that we are capable of always experiencing. Now we're going to alter the situation a little bit. Whether or not you've ever experienced this in life, I want you to imagine that now on this highway, there's still the same intricacy in the roads, but it's suddenly snowing. And not only is it snowing, but previously it had been raining, and the rain has frozen over, and there are now ice patches all over the highway. Both this snow and these ice patches, of course, make traveling from point A to point B, which you still need to do to generate your thoughts, more difficult. But it still can be accomplished. Envision yourself sitting in your car, or any car for that matter, knowing that you still need to get from point A to point B, but that this snow and this hidden ice and this visible ice is representative of anxiety. All of these things are on your road, trying to derail you. But the key word is that they are simply trying. And here you are in your little car, still desiring to get from point A to point B because you do not want to be derailed. You still want to travel as if everything is perfectly fine, as it has been on so many other occasions without the anxiety present. As you continue to see your car, before you decide to engage on this excursion of getting to the location you need to get within your mind, we're going to upgrade our car to make it more capable of tackling what lies ahead. And our upgrades are going to come through our breath. Once again, breathing deep to the point that it inflates our lower stomach, ensuring that it inflates everything. And with every breath, the car that we're equipped with becomes more and more capable of driving through these now snow-covered and icy roads. As you take a deep breath in, and then exhale, your car suddenly transforms into an SUV. It's a little bit more capable, but still not the ideal automobile to get yourself without any concerns at all. So we decide to take another deep breath. And on the exhale, Your car suddenly becomes equipped with winter tires, which, as we all know, are capable of gripping through. They're still not perfect, but definitely more capable of gripping through the ice or the snowy conditions that this winterish anxiety has thrust upon us. But that's not enough. So we decide to take another deep inhale, inflating our lower stomach. This time our car transitions into a pickup truck, still with winter tires on it. The truck is designed that a lot of people use for things such as plowing the snow, so we know it's more capable of getting through these roads, but still it's not enough. We want to make ourselves stronger. We're choosing to make ourselves as strong as possible. So we take another deep breath in. As we exhale, there's now a plow attached to the front of our pickup truck. A plow that's going to cut through the snow in front of us and push it out of the way, allowing us to drive more seamlessly and more easily. But this is still not enough. We want to make ourselves even more capable and stronger in the face of anxiety and everything that is throwing at our ability to get from point A to point B. So we decide to take another deep breath. As we exhale, the pickup truck now upgrades once again to become an actual snow plow. If you've never seen one of these before, they are massive trucks with heavy-duty tires and the massive plow at the front to push through all the snow. They are designed to clear the roads whenever there are snowy or icy conditions in parts of the world where they're affected in that way. But this is still not enough. So we decide to take another deep breath in. On the exhale, the snowplow also gets equipped with a salt releaser. The salt releaser, the salt that attacks the ice that's on the road and begins to instantaneously melt it, making the roads even safer and easier to travel on. It's finally at this point that we feel like we are capable of driving from point A to B. It doesn't matter what our minds or what anxiety seems to be throwing our way. We know that we can plow through it and release the salt that we need to break it down and not let it interfere, to make the driving just as effortless as it is on a bright sunny day. I want you to now visualize yourself driving along this superhighway in your brain. And as you do this, with every pile of snow that you clear off to the side, and with every frozen patch of ice that you start to melt and dissolve away, you make yourself less and less susceptible to the traps that anxiety is set within your brain. Each of these icy patches represents an old trauma or an old trigger, an old experience with anxiety, or a way that it knows to get at us, to challenge us. We dissolve it, make ourselves less susceptible to it, knowing that it can throw itself at us, but we're in exactly the vehicle that we need to overcome it and to not be fazed by it. As you continue to drive along this mental superhighway, I'm now going to invite the sun to shine its brilliant, bright and warm light upon our highway, upon every single part of our highway, further melting and dissolving all the residue that's left over from every single one of our anxious or anxiety triggering experiences that we've pushed aside with our fully equipped snowplow. As the sun melts away each of these experiences, the superhighway that we call our brain and our processing power returns back to its normal state. The state where driving is effortless, the state where driving is enjoyable, and we are able to do whatever we set our minds to without any influence or without any fears of anxiety, knowing that if it does decide to strike and does decide to try and appear again, we have the ability within us to upgrade our vehicle, to upgrade our state of being, to tackle even its greatest feat. Now I'm going to invite you to once again focus on the area right in the center of your forehead where we previously counted down from 10 to 1. Just focus on that area. In a few seconds, I'm going to now count up from 1 to 3. And at the count of 3, you can slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back into the room that you've decided to experience this meditation in. 1, 2, 3. As you slowly start to open your eyes, bring yourself back into the room. I'd once again like to thank you for participating in this meditation. I hope that you found it beneficial and empowering when it comes to your ability to overcome anxiety. Feel free to share it with anyone else that you feel compelled to. And I look forward to sharing even more of the tools in my course itself, all geared to help eliminate anxiety from your life and step you into the true power that you know you are capable of.